Whoa.
I filed my eligible obligation.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about eligible obligation on the USCA.
Oh, you talking all that kind of stuff. I'm striking all that. If I hear it again, I'm not going to let you represent yourself. I promise you.
Oh,
that's enough. I don't want to hear another word.
Okay, I'd like to also.
Another one? I don't want to hear another word. No, put him out.
Put your hands on me like that.
Hush. Get him out of the courtroom. I don't want to hear another word. I just heard another word, Mr. Baker. Hush.
All right, guys. Today we've got a sovereign citizen staring down 30 freaking years in prison. Yes, you heard that right. 30 years. And instead of doing the logical thing and hiring a lawyer, this genius actually thought, you know what? I got this. So he decides to represent himself. At this point, we're either witnessing some next-level delusion or a guy who just genuinely doesn't care if he gets locked up and decided to roll the dice for fun. Spoiler alert, it does not end well. The judge absolutely obliterates his nonsense, and what follows is some of the most ridiculous courtroom chaos you'll ever see. But seriously, what kind of person pulls the sovereign citizen card when they're facing decades behind bars? Like, of all the times to test out some YouTube law degree, this is not it. Let me know in the comments. Do you think he actually believes this nonsense? Or is he just the worst decision maker of all time? Either way, let's dive right in and watch this disaster unfold.
All right, Mr. Baker, you're before the court day for your arraignment. And let's see. You're not. Have you hired an attorney?
No, sir.
Do you plan on hiring one?
No, sir.
Are you going to represent yourself, or do you wish
Yes,
to have
sir.
a public defender to represent you?
No, sir. I'm representing myself.
All right, you're before the court day for your arraignment. You've been charged by way of an information with possession of a cocaine, possession of a controlled substance, count 1 and 2. Those are both third-degree felonies, punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine. You have a count 3, which is fleeing or attempting to elude high-speed reckless. I believe that should be a second-degree felony, punishable to 15 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $10,000 fine. Count 4 is drive my license, cancel, suspend, or revoke third or subsequent offense. That's a third-degree felony, punishable to 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections and a $5,000 fine. And count 5, possession of marijuana less than 20 grams, which is a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. So you're looking at a total of about 30 years in the Florida Department of Corrections if you're convicted of everything and you get the maximum sentence. And you're still wishing to represent yourself?
You think there's some kind of deeper reasoning behind this because, honestly, I'm at a loss. How do you look a judge dead in the eyes and say, yes, sir, right after he tells you that you're facing 30 years? Like, what? I really don't understand these sovereign citizens sometimes. I mean, I kind of get pulling this nonsense for a speeding ticket. It's still dumb, but whatever, the stakes are low. But 30 years? At that point, you've got to drop the act and pull your head out of the sand before it's too late. The court doesn't care about your made-up laws, and legally speaking, sovereign citizen defenses have failed every single time in an actual courtroom. There's literal case law rejecting this nonsense over and over again, and yet here we are, watching a guy about to throw his whole life away for the sake of pride. I seriously can't tell if he actually thinks he's outsmarting the judge or if he's just mentally gone. Like, is this delusion? Is it arrogance? What do you guys think? Because I genuinely cannot wrap my head around it. Let me know in the comments, and let's dive back in.
If you'll raise your right hand to be sworn in.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Baker, state your name.
Lee Baker.
And Mr. Baker, you have asked to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
How far did you get in school?
9th grade.
Okay. And so you can read and write?
Yes.
Okay. Are you employed?
No, sir.
All right. How do you make a living?
I'm unemployed right now. I was living with someone else.
Sir?
I'm unemployed. I was living with someone else. I just got out of jail about 5 months ago.
Okay. Well, what is your trade?
I have my own business,
All right. What kind of business?
a cleaning business.
Okay. And have you ever represented yourself before?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today, which would affect your ability to make this decision to represent yourself?
No.
Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness that would affect your ability to
No,
to make this decision?
No.
All right. You understand that attorneys are trained in the rules of evidence, criminal procedure, and the law, and they're there to assist you in preparing pretrial motions, preparing for pretrial hearings and to participate in discovery and also preparing for trial.
Comprehend that very well.
All right, and sir, you understand that if you're representing yourself, you'll be held to that same standard.
I comprehend that.
All right, and I cannot assist you in any way. The state attorney would not be able to assist you in any way. Is that correct?
I comprehend.
All right, and you still wish to represent yourself?
Yes.
All right, Madam Clerk, if you'll print out the information, and Deputy Dexter, it's okay if the clerk hands the information to Mr. Baker? All right, Madam Clerk, if you'll do that. Mr. Baker, when you receive that information, I'm going to ask that you enter a plea at this time.
I'd like to file 2 motions on the record as well, sir.
I want to do your arraignment first.
All right.
All right, whenever you're ready, you'll let me know and you enter your plea.
I end up plea of not guilty.
Okay. All right, you're filing motions.
Yes, sir. I
You have copies for the state.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I got a declaratory judgment, and I want to furnish this bond to the clerk
You file it. Go ahead.
for my release from the Bay County Jail today.
Okay.
That's declaratory judgment. That's for the clerk only.
Now you're providing a copy of the state, everything you've given the clerk.
The bond, I shouldn't have to give the bond. The bond goes straight to the clerk.
Anything you file that you want me to consider, you have to provide a copy to the state, sir. That's you're representing yourself. You have to know those rules. If you don't, you're going to mess up.
That.
If you're not providing to the state, I'm not going to consider it.
Okay.
And the clerk doesn't make any determinations on that. All the clerk determines is whether you're innocent or not.
I'm not talking about the bond for the declaratory judgment. I'm talking about the bond for the clerk to release me today. I filed my eligible obligation.
What are you talking about?
Sir?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about eligible obligation on the USCA.
Oh, you talking all that kind of stuff. I'm striking all that. And if I hear it again, I'm not going to let you represent yourself. I promise you.
Because at this point, it's hard to tell if he's actually this clueless or just throwing out legal jargon hoping something sticks. He just said USCA, which, for those who don't know, stands for United States Code Annotated. It's literally just the regular US code, but with extra explanations and notes added by legal publishers. But let's be real, this guy probably has zero clue what it actually means. Sovereign citizens love to name-drop fancy legal terms like it's some kind of cheat code, thinking that if they say the right combination of words, the judge will suddenly go, "Oh, wow, my bad. You're free to go, sir." Spoiler alert, that's not how the law works. And this whole eligible obligation nonsense? Yeah, that's another completely made-up theory where they think debts, including criminal charges, can just be wiped away like unpaid parking tickets. Judges have ruled over and over again that this is absolute nonsense, yet here this guy is acting like he just cracked the legal matrix or something. So what do you guys think? Does he actually believe this stuff, or is he just desperately trying to confuse the judge? Let me know in the comments, and let's dive back in.
He's already entered a not guilty plea. We'll set this for a pre-trial. We'll set it for a... Don't ask me any questions like that, sir. I'm not answering any questions. If you want to file a motion, file your motion. We'll set it for our December, when's that motion day in December? December 19th at 9 o'clock. Sir, you may, if you're going to do the sovereign citizen, all that, you may want to consider having the attorney.
I'm a private citizen, sir. I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm a private citizen.
Listen to me. If you're going to pursue that, you may want to reconsider representing yourself.
No, sir.
But I'm not going to pay attention to any of that, and I'm going to strike all that.
Okay.
So we'll see you December 19th at 9 o'clock.
It's no problem.
That's enough. I don't want to hear another word.
Okay. I'd like to also.
Another one, I don't want to hear another word. No, put him out.
Put your hands on me like that.
Hush. Get him out of the courtroom. I don't want to hear another word. I just heard another word, Mr. Baker. Hush. Whoa. Mr. Baker, I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. I'm going to find that you're not competent to represent yourself at this time. I'm going to reverse my decision. The Office of Public Defender is going to represent him. We'll keep it on that December 19th date. I just did. Come on now. Y'all close that door where I can't hear him. Or he gets in any.
I'm not gonna lie, I think the judge actually did this guy a favor by dragging him out of the courtroom and forcing some legal help on him. Some might say the judge was too harsh, but seriously, what was he supposed to do? Sit there and let this guy ramble on about his totally real, definitely not made-up legal theories while the entire courtroom collectively lost brain cells? No shot. The judge basically said, "All right, buddy, since you refuse to act like a normal defendant, let's get you somebody who actually understands real law." And honestly, we need more judges like this. Just stop entertaining the nonsense, escort these guys out, and give them a timeout to rethink their brilliant plan of outsmarting the legal system. Because let's be real, all these sovereign citizens do is Google random legal jargon and dig through Reddit rabbit holes, convincing themselves they've found some magic loophole that'll let them walk free. But at the end of the day, reality always wins. What do you guys think? Was the judge being fair here, or should he have let this guy dig his own hole even deeper? Let me know in the comments, and let's dive back in. At this point, if these guys spent just 5 more minutes researching, they'd realize no sovereign citizen has ever won in a court of law. Yet here we are, watching another one try to outsmart the legal system with Google searches and conspiracy theories. Do you think the judge handled this the right way, or should he have let this so-called legal mastermind keep embarrassing himself? Some might argue the judge was too strict, but let's be real, this guy is staring down 30 years. So, at that point, you have to ask, are you trying to win your case, or just speedrun your way to a prison sentence? Because if it's the second one, congrats, this dude is nailing it. Honestly, I respect the judge for even giving him a chance to sit down and reconsider whether he wants to keep playing pretend lawyer, but something tells me he's just going to double down even harder. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this courtroom chaos, and if you think these judges are too strict, because personally, I don't see it. These sovereign citizens need a massive wake-up call, and it's exhausting watching courts explain jurisdiction over and over again. But yeah, that's a wrap for this one. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as always, thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.